All right. Hello friends, welcome to AR's YouTube channel. My name is Ayush Rathi and this is another episode of Tricks and Cheat Codes where I'll be taking Karnataka CT previous year questions and will demonstrate tricks and cheat codes, how to apply tricks, how to attempt the questions, how to eliminate the options, how to do intelligent guessing. All these things will be taught to you in this episode. I have already covered trigonometry, straight lines and some other chapters, integration. In this video, I'll be covering probability. Probability is also a very important chapter and many students face difficulties in probability. So today I'll teach you in this video that without solving the question, how you can eliminate the options, use your instinct, and then you can attempt the questions in the examination to improve your score in KCET. This video will be very helpful for you. For watching other episodes of this series, you can check the link in the description. I have given the link of the KCET 2021 playlist. You can go there and check the other videos of this episode, and you can also check the original Tricks and Cheat Codes playlist where you will find a lot of more episodes of other examinations like JEE Main, NEET and state examinations like WBJ, Maharashtra CT, etc, etc. So without taking any more time, let's get started with this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to AR Squad YouTube channel. Let's get started. Okay, so here I have taken 4 questions from the KCET previous year papers, and the questions are from the chapter of probability. Probability is a very important chapter and a lot of students don't know how to solve the questions of probability. So in exams like KCET, we can also apply some tricks, right? So I'll teach you how to do a good guessing work in the examinations like KCET. By doing these guessworks, you can easily score a lot more marks than what you are actually scoring. Because most of the students, when cannot solve these type of questions, they leave the questions, and I am recommending that don't leave the questions, instead apply the tricks and try to attempt as much as possible. What you have to do is, when I'll be explaining these questions, I'll ask you to go and comment down your guess answer, right? I'll tell you whether you are guessing A or B or C. You go and comment down. So follow those instructions and then you'll get to understand that if your score is improving or not. So please follow my instructions. I have taken 4 questions from the probability KCET 2018, 2018, 2019, 2020 questions, right? So one by one I'll teach you how to apply tricks in all these questions, and you all need to follow my instructions. So in the first question, they are saying a die is thrown 10 times. Probability that an odd number. So now tell me one thing. Die is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Out of this, 3 numbers are odd and 3 numbers are even, right? So now tell me, if I throw this 1 time, so probability of odd is 1 by 2, right? So if I am throwing this 10 times, at least 1 time we will get odd. Are you understanding? If I throw 2 times, then at least 1 time according to probability we get odd, right? Because 1 by 2 is the probability. So out of 2 times, we can say that 1 time we can get odd. So if I am throwing 10 times, 10 is a huge number. It is a huge number. So can I not say by my feel method, it is called feel method. By my feel, can I not say that odd will come? It has a very huge probability for odd to come at least 1 time, because they are saying out of 10 times at least 1 time odd. So I can blindly say that the probability will be really high, because probability of odd is 1 by 2 and I am throwing 10 times. So out of 10 times, at least 3-4 times on an average minimum odd will come. So 1 is very small. At least 1 time will definitely get odd, right? So now if I see the options, I'll see 11 out of 1024 and 1 out of 1024. These are very small numbers. So the probability of getting odd at least 1 time will not be so small, right? It cannot be so small. So I'll eliminate these 2 options. And now you students need to go to the comment section. You just need to write question 1. Whatever guess you are doing between these 2. After the 4 questions, you will calculate your marks, whether it is positive or negative, right? So you go to the comment section and tell question 1, my guess is A, or question 1, my guess is C. Then I'll let you know the actual answer, right? So I hope all the students have paused the video and gone and commented down below their guess answer. So the answer of this question is 1024 by 1023. So now if you have guessed A, then you go and edit your comment and then say correct, and if your guess was C, then go and edit your comment and say incorrect, right? After 4 questions, you will realize that your score is actually increasing, right? You are getting a positive overall score. Coming to the next question, a man speaks truth 2 out of 3 times. So this man is a liar, but not a very huge liar. He at least says 2 times truth and 1 time lie. Are you getting it? So we can trust this man for some of the times. So he picks one of the natural numbers in the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and reports that it is even. The probability that it is actually even is. So again, the man says that it is even. Now, the man is a liar, but is he a very big liar? Does he lies all the time? No, it does not lies all the time. It actually says truth more number of times, because he is saying truth 2 times out of 3 times. So he lies sometimes. He lies 1 out of 3 times, right? So we can trust this man. So if he is saying that it is even, then the probability of it actually being even is more, right? It is more. So what we can do is we can eliminate these 2 small options, because 1 by 10 is a very small option, 1 by 5 is also a very small option. Now 3 by 5 and 2 by 5 is the 2 options we are left with, and you students need to choose between these 2 and go and give it a guess. You go to the comment, edit that comment again and write question 2 guess is A, or question 2 guess is D. If your guess is D, then write D. If your guess is A, then write D, A. Then I'll tell you the correct answer, right? So now I hope all the students have gone and commented in the comment section. I am telling you the correct answer. The correct answer of this question is 3 by 5 as far as I remember from the answer key what I have seen, right? You can also check it if it is wrong, but I remember that the answer is 3 by 5. So now you go to the comment section. If your guess was D, then edit it and say guess is right, and if your guess was A, then write it is wrong, right? Now coming to the last 2 questions. In these 2 questions we will do the guesswork, and after that you calculate your total score and let me know in the comment section below. So in this question there are 2 events, mutually exclusive events. Now a lot of students might know the meaning of mutually exclusive events, a lot of students might not know the meaning of these. So whether you know the meaning or not, I am telling you practical ways how to guess the question. So there is one event 1 whose probability is 3 by 5, and there is event 2 whose probability is 1 by 5. Okay, what is 3 by 5? 3 by 5 is 0.6 and 1 by 5 is 0.2, right? Now we have been asked to find the probability of A or B. Now what is A or B? A or B means either A happens or B happens or both happens, right? Either A happens or B happens, right? So if the probability of A is itself 0.6 and probability of event B is 0.2, can I not say by my feel that the probability of either A or B will be at least greater than 0.6, because the probability of event A is itself 0.6. It's itself 0.6. So when we are taking A and B together and we are saying that either A happens or B happens, so can I not say that the probability will increase, because we have been given the option of or, either this happens or both happens, right? So automatically when the individual probability is 0.6, so the overall probability will be greater than 0.6. So we can eliminate 0.6, 0.2, 0.4 and our only answer remains is A, right? So this was a clear-cut question. You don't have to guess anything. This was a clear-cut answer which you all must have gotten correct, right? So now the probability of happening of an event A is 0.5. So there is an event A, the probability is 0.5. Now there is an event B, the probability is 0.3. If A and B are mutually exclusive events, then the probability of neither A nor B. Now understand this, the probability of A happening, right? The probability of A happening is 0.5 and the probability of B happening is 0.3. So I am changing this. I am saying A not happening and B not happening. So A not happening probability will be 0.5 and B not happening probability will be 0.7, right? 1 minus 0.3 0.7 and 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5. So I have converted this to A not happening probability and B not happening probability. Now I have been asked to find the probability of neither A nor B. That means both are not happening. That means A not happening probability is 0.5, B not happening probability is 0.7, right? So in this question they were saying or, either of the two. If I would say either of the two, then the probability would increase, but here I am saying neither A nor B. That means this should also not happen and this should also not happen. So there is a very less probability that both will not happen. Can you understand this? Because A not happening probability is 0.5. Now we are saying A will also not happen, B will also not happen. So there is a lot of conditions in that okay. So A also not happening, B also not happening, both not happening, probability will automatically reduce. We can feel this, right? So now you go in the comment section and comment one answer. You write option question 4, option A, B, C, D, whatever your guess is, and then I'll let you know the correct answer. So I hope all of you students have gone in the comment section and commented a particular guess answer. So this question correct answer is, I guess, 0.2. right? So because if A not happening, probability 0.5, both not happening will be lesser than 0.5. Lesser than 0.5 we can eliminate B, we can also eliminate D, because D is 0.9, it is too much, right? Only two options remaining were 0.4 and 0.2. Out of these two you have to guess, and if your guess was C, then your answer is correct. If your guess was A, your answer is incorrect. Now what you do is, all these 4 questions you need to check how much correct you got and how much incorrect you got, and according to that you calculate your score out of these 4 questions, and you let me know how much score you got in the comment section, whether you got positive score or negative score, how much score you got. If you got positive score, then congratulations, you can apply these methods. If you have got negative score, then I would suggest you to not apply these methods. These methods are not for you. But I am very much sure that 99% of the students, actually 100% of the students who follow this properly, you know, if you are not understanding this properly, then you will get negative. But if you are understanding this properly, every student who understands these methods properly definitely gets a positive score. The only thing is you need to understand what I am actually teaching. It is not blind guess A, B, C, D. It is actually realistic, intelligent guessing which I am teaching you all. Okay, so thank you so much. So I hope you definitely got a positive score. Let me know in the comment section how much score you are getting in these 4 questions when you are guessing these 4 questions using my methods. Whether you are getting an improvement or not, let me know in the comment section below. If you follow these tricks religiously, you will definitely improve your score in KCET. Not all your score will be you will be getting using these tricks, but these tricks will only be helpful to you if you are solving a good number of questions on your own, and then in the score improvement part these tricks will help you. So definitely you should learn these tricks. Apart from the actual studies which you are doing, these tricks will help you to boost up your rank and your score improvement. These tricks will help you. If you like this video, don't forget to put a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AR Squared YouTube channel, and also share this video with all your friends who are writing KCET 2021 examination. Thank you so much for watching.